Here we go, man. Made Fresh, 96.7 The Beat, Terry J and Jazzy T. We got a special guest in the studio with us. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hey, everybody. It's Tokyo Vanity.
What's up, Tokyo? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Blessed, man. Blessed. Thank you for being in the studio with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, now. Well, what's going on with you? What's new with
Sis
you?
is booked and busy.
I know. We tried to get her earlier, and she had a lot going on.
Filming, man.
So
You know how to
talk
do
to us about what's going on in your life.
Well, I just got done. Well, I'm almost done filming Love and Hip-Hop.
All right.
So, that's always a blessing. Still working my album, Baps. I had linked up with Tasha Couture, and we put together a whole collaborative project, me and her. So that was dope. And I just came out with a collaboration with the Crayon Case. I have my own cosmetic collaboration with the Crayon Case. It's owned by my sister Super Scent. It's a multi-million-dollar black-owned makeup brand.
Okay. And what's it called again?
It's called the Crayon Case.
Okay.
She was most viral recently for doing like 1.4 million in one day. Like on Black Friday, she did a sale.
Yeah.
But I just came out with my own collection with her called the Tokihana collection, and like I'm steady just adding like more stuff to my collection. Right now I have lip glosses called Dippin' Sauce, and I have lip liners called Chopstick.
Now it's called Dippin' Sauce. Wait a minute. Dip sauce, chopsticks. Does it taste like anything? Because as soon as you said Dippin' Sauce, I was like, ooh.
Please don't taste it.
No, it doesn't taste like Dippin' Sauce, but it tastes cakey and stuff.
So you taste it?
Girl, yes. It's on my lips. It tastes cakey. It smells good. It smells cakey.
Oh my goodness. All right. So how do you find the time with so much going on to just, take in everything?
It's still like a growing process. I just still see myself as like a regular person, but then like when I be doing regular stuff, like I don't know, I be getting in trouble. Like,
Because your regular may not be my regular.
Yeah.
What's your regular?
What's your regular?
I was about to say, what's your regular? Because our regular might be like Netflix and, watching TV, going to the gym,
So what's your regular?
My regular is like pulling up in New Orleans, chilling in the middle of Holly Grove, or being in the East. Like, that's my regular.
So you only came to Atlanta for Love and Hip Hop, but were you here before?
No. Okay, so when I first started popping in music, I had actually signed a pub deal with Crowd Control. They're now Love Renaissance.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to, my team has always been predominantly from Atlanta and based in Atlanta. So I've been out here, back and forth since 2015. I officially, got my first residence here in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
But I still have a crib in New Orleans, too. I live there and here.
Right.
I love New Orleans. I love New Orleans.
You do?
I do.
I've had many nights
in. Have you ever been, with somebody from New Orleans?
Absolutely. The first time I went, my homegirl was from there. She went to Xavier. First place she took me to was Cajuns.
Oh, yes.
Legendary.
The one on Claiborne, right? Okay.
And then we went to
I'm
the
from Baton
Dragons
Rouge,
Den and French Quarter. And all that. Were you there? So you was definitely, did Katrina affect you or your family?
Girl, we lost everything in Katrina. Everything. And my mama, for a long time, she used to lie to me and be like, yeah, y'all don't unpack all y'all stuff because we going back home. But she was lying. One night I had school the next day, but I had got out the bed or whatever, and she was in the kitchen just watching the news, and she was having a whole breakdown. And that's when I knew we wasn't going back. But after I graduated high school.
So where did you go when you left?
We went to Shreveport.
Okay.
And then after I graduated high school, I went back to New Orleans. I went back to New Orleans when I was 17, and then by 18, I was on via social media. And then
you was popping, just things, life started happening.
Then by 20, I was running. Well, by 21, I was running through the Atlanta streets, and now I'm 24. And you said you from Baton Rouge?
Yeah, I'm from Baton Rouge, born and raised, Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
That's
Absolutely.
Where my boyfriend from. He from Baton Rouge.
Oh, your boyfriend from Baton Rouge?
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of boyfriend, because we had to do our research.
Okay.
Right? We had to do our research.
Come on, babe.
Let's get to the real question.
So you got Bae, and we heard that speaking of all these products, we heard you got a lingerie line. Is this true?
Yes, I do have a plus-size lingerie line.
Now, I got to ask this question because you got a Bae, and I believe that you, correct me if I'm wrong, you practice celibacy, correct?
Yes, I never had sex before.
Exactly. So, you got a lingerie line.
But I'm not
Does Bae see you in lingerie?
But I'm not waiting till marriage.
That's fine.
And that I feel like that's what a lot of people have misconstrued.
Okay, so you're not waiting till marriage. What are you waiting on then?
For the right man, duh.
God.
Yeah. That, and I do feel like I found the right man, but
You just waiting for that
You don't
moment?
need to be in no rush,
it's
boo.
like
You don't need to be in a rush.
Like more so being like one with myself first.
Okay.
Like I feel like you need to truly know yourself before like you let somebody else like, get to know
soul
you.
ties is real.
And then like I'm a firm believer in like spirits, energies and stuff like that. And sometimes like me and my boyfriend, like we ain't never had sex before, but sometimes when he have a bad day, like that make me have a bad day.
Absolutely.
Like you know what I'm saying? So I could imagine like how it would be if like
You all the way one connected.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying?
It's hard to shake.
And with everything that I have going on, everything that I have like to do, like that's kind of
You gotta protect it.
That's kind of like not what I need right now. Like
Okay.
for somebody energy to be able to rub off.
Ooh,
and
them soul ties is something serious
and
too,
ruin
girl.
my whole day because if I don't make money, they don't make no money.
There you go.
I have like a whole team of people who I employ.
You got responsibilities.
So you know what I'm saying? It's kind of not fair to them. And I mean, I'm getting a little old, but I ain't that
old
yet,
girl. You better
know?
stop that. You better stop that. Well, talk to us about the lingerie line. Like, what's it called? And how can people get it?
They can't get it yet. So
Uh-oh.
let's not talk about it.
Oh.
Say less.
Say less.
Yeah, they can't get it yet.
Speaking of, so not
I'll
too
be
long.
back when they can though.
Oh, you gonna be back with it?
Come on back.
I'm gonna dance right there.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Now we do have a poll in the studio, so let's keep it 100.
Yes, God.
So we talked about doing regular things because I would imagine that being on the show, have you gotten accustomed or got used to people recognizing you and stopping you and maybe wanting to take pictures with you, or maybe something that's happened on social media that people are talking about and they feel the need to want to talk to you about it in the streets?
I'm sorry, I'm not the rest of my cast. So, I kind of was going through that before Love and Hip Hop. Mm-hmm. So,
You was already popping. Let them know. Let them
That's
know.
real.
I
That's
see
real.
that.
That's real.
no shade, no tea, you know what I'm saying? But, that was already what I was doing before Love and Hip Hop because, like, I was pretty...
You was popping.
Well,
You was popping, yeah. So
like,
gotta be hot,
so
but
you
it's cool.
accustomed to it.
Right. So, what I will say is being on TV has truly been a blessing for the most part, just for the simple fact that it's the same amount of people that's not on social media that only watch TV as it is people that are only on social media that don't watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's that same amount of people that only watch TV and they're not on social media. So the average people who would have just known me from like music or known me from like Instagram, Vine, YouTube, stuff like that, like it's now a whole different market of people who know me. Like ever since I've been on TV, at first my demographics used to be like 17 through like 23, 24. Now it's like 25 through like 80. Like, you know
So
what I'm
everybody
saying?
ain't paying attention.
Like, so now
Everybody tuned in.
I'm in Neiman's, I'm in Saks, and it's like little, like elderly women of like all different ethnicities that's like, you that girl, and I'm so proud of you, and don't let that boy get your booty. And like,
Not that booty though.
Like
You gotta protect that booty.
that's how so I mean it's dope. Like
Yeah.
TV it taps you into a whole nother market. I feel like I've received so many blessings and endorsements and stuff that I couldn't have got off Instagram.
But it
Just from
also
being on TV.
exposes you to the trolls. So how do you handle trolling on social media and just people in general throwing negativity at you?
I mean the internet period, it just it
Sucks you in, man.
to trolls.
Absolutely.
So like it's just something that I don't care about like what trolls say, because it's like regardless, like if when I leave here, and I always say this, like regardless of when I leave here today, if y'all be like, oh, I like her so much, she's so funny, she's so sweet, or if y'all be like, oh, she was aggravating, you still talked about me while I wasn't here to defend myself, whether it was negative or positive, and somebody, they always gonna have something to say about you, you know what I'm saying? And I have so much going on, and I'm so blessed that I can't worry about what somebody sitting on the internet having to say about me. Because regardless of if it was negative or positive, you still took your time to bring activity to my page. When I go to get endorsements and deals, you have contributed to my insight.
Thank you.
You are now a part of the millions of people, and 40 million people plus that I tap into every week.
There we go.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
With that being said, and the trolls, we know internet was kind of in the uproar, and I believe the LGBT community. I watched this video and I feel like I understood, but I'm gonna ask you to give clarity to it. I feel like I understood where you was trying to go with the comment about the cartoons and the kids, but if you want to take this floor right now to let people know what you were trying to say, please tell us what was going on.
Okay, so a lot of people are upset with me right now. Well, at first they was upset with me because I was on live for 2 hours. I don't be on Twitter. I only get on Twitter on Mondays and Tuesdays to see what everybody tweeting about me from TV.
Ooh, I wish.
So with that being said, I was on live for 2 hours, and I tapped into a lot of things, but they took one segment. Like, they took 2 minutes out of my life, and they uploaded that, but they didn't upload what I said from the beginning. If you look around, everybody I bought in here with me today is of the community. You know what I'm saying? Except for my manager right here.
And being from New Orleans, if you haven't been to New Orleans, God.
I'm from a city.
Absolutely.
I'm from a city of, you know what I'm saying, homosexual people. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, people always be like, well, of course you're going to say that because they work for you. Understand, everybody who worked for me is my family. Like, was my friend before. And in my segment that I was doing on my Instagram Live, I said, wait, before I get into that, because they've mad about, you know, me saying the things about cartoons and cartoons pushing off sexuality.
Having an agenda with them.
Which is true.
And you know what I'm saying? But they also mad because I wouldn't issue them an apology. And I just feel like people like me for being me. People like me for being a realist. People like me for being real. I can't fake the funk with y'all, and I can't issue y'all a fake apology because that would be fake of me.
Absolutely.
I love my fans. I even love people that don't love me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love y'all too much to lie to y'all like that.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not going to get on here and be like, oh, I apologize for this, I apologize for that, because that's fake.
Right.
And that's what all the other celebrities do, or, you know, well-known people do, and I'm just not with that. I always be in their DMs like, why you done that? You did all that apologizing, and them people still talking about you.
They still talk about you. It don't even matter.
You know?
Absolutely.
So in my segment, I said that basically what I was trying to explain was I don't think that cartoons or children TV shows should have sexuality, period.
Let kids be kids.
Whether it's straight or whether it's, you know, whether it's homosexual or heterosexual. Because, like, for me, and what made me come to the terms was I have a lot of nieces and nephews. I seen my, like, 4-year-old niece, like, hold another little girl hand and kiss her in the mouth. And, like, she not did it to not just one, but, like, I saw, like, she was doing it to all the little girls. And she's 4, and if she like girls, that's perfectly fine with me. But when I asked her where she saw it at, she said they got 2 mamas on there, and that's how they greet each other. I have a nephew that I don't let him watch Caillou. I don't let him watch Peppa the Pig, because all, like, they do is whine and they cry, and it teach children, like, not the, like, it teach them, they're boys. It teach them to, like, be soft. And it's okay with having, like, a soft side, but at the end of the day, like, this world is not a place for you to be soft. And you shouldn't cry and holler when you don't get your way. You shouldn't fall out when you don't get your way. But that's what they see on there, so they feel like that's how they supposed to identify with their problems. When he stopped watching that, like, he doesn't do that anymore. Like, when I explained to her that, no, those are 2 women that they love each other. They're in a relationship like your mommy and your daddy. She doesn't do it anymore. Not saying that I scare her, because I'm not that type of person. I wasn't raised like that. I've been able to tell my mama everything. I didn't get whoopings and stuff growing up. Like, I didn't have all that. So I'm not like that with my nieces and nephews. But it just goes to show you that children do what they see. The average child isn't scared of something until they see their mama jump from it. I wasn't scared of caterpillars growing up. When I seen my mama almost have a seizure when we was outside one day because a caterpillar was on her, I've been terrified of caterpillars
ever since. Absolutely.
Because now it's something that, this
programmed in my head. It's not
now.
good.
You get what I'm saying? So.
And that's exactly why I wanted you, because I feel like I understood what you were trying to say, but I always want, if you can clear the air, if you can address it, then I want you to address it.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to offend the community because, like, my manager will tell you right now, 90% of my bookings are pride bookings. Like, when I'm filming Love and Hip Hop, I don't take shows. I don't take shows. I don't do no shows during Love and Hip Hop because I'll be in LA today and they'll call me tonight and be like, hey, you think you can come in at 9 tomorrow morning? You get what I'm saying? So I don't take shows, and when you sign them contracts, like, that becomes your priority.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't paying y'all no money back. So, I don't accept shows during Love and Hip Hop. But if the community come and, and they want to do a show, I do that. I did a whole homosexual tour, like, where I only took bookings from that community. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand.
So you support it. You support it.
Definitely. And it's like they wanna highlight this, but nobody highlighted. You know what I'm saying? When I done almost pistol whipped the man at the what it is at the
Lord, who we
Ferris
pistol
wheel.
whipping?
Me at the Ferris wheel thing because he wanted to tell all the men that worked there that my friend was transgender. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to put all the times I done stood up for them or all the times I done risked my life behind the community because I have so many friends and family and I'm so passionate about it. But as soon as they see 2 minutes of me saying that cartoons influence certain things,
Quick to judge.
then, they're quick to judge. So I can't apologize for my opinion.
All right.
My opinion not wrong. It's mine.
There we go.
That's
there we
right.
go.
So let's talk about this music. So, because honestly, that's when I'm a fan.
Really, thank you.
That's when I became a fan. The Best Friend song went crazy. And from that, now we're here. What are we dropping an album? Are we working a single game? Or where are you musically?
Okay, so I'm actually getting ready to release another single. And I'm actually getting ready to release another project. I'm really kind of stumped on the name of my project, but I'm getting ready to release another project. I'm getting ready to release the single first. I've been just shooting a lot of videos from my last project and putting out that type of content. I did the song. We can't curse.
Girl, that's what you do, boo.
I did the song "Okay, Bitch" with Light Skin Keisha.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, now.
Shout out to Light Skin Keisha.
Yeah, shout out to my sis. That song went crazy, and I shot the visual for it, and I put that out. It did like 2 million in like 2 months. I mean, like 3 months. And then I just shot the visual for a song with me and Mozzie. Got my Mozzie chain.
Okay.
I see you. I see you.
I did. I shot the visual for a song called "Get Mine" with me and Mozzie off my project. I haven't released it yet. I shot the video for "Rep the Struggle." It's one of people's favorites on there, and the song "Getting It" did well too. Getting ready to drop another project. I'm gonna have just some of the names I'm gonna have on there. Of course, I'm gonna have my sister Tokyo Jets on there.
Okay.
Thug.
Okay.
Kevin Gates.
Okay.
And I'll let the rest of them be a surprise.
All right,
I'm like,
that's what I'm talking about.
keep dropping them
So
names.
when it's closer to release date or when it's about to drop, you definitely got to come
I will
through.
personally come hand deliver it to
That's
you
what
guys.
I'm talking about. You fam now, so
Yes, definitely.
you definitely fam. So we just want to say thank you for stopping by the studio,
Absolutely.
being with us, taking out that because we know you got a busy schedule.
Sis
Thank you
booked
for
and
having
busy.
Don't forget about the little people.
Y'all
Come
not
stop by.
little, y'all big.
That's what I'm talking about,
already
babe.
Well, just period. You guys are iconic. You know what I'm saying?
We're trying to get there at least, boo.
No, you don't understand. In rap, we have milestones. The average rapper, they could say what they want about BET. They could say what they want about anything. The average rapper, your dream and one of your first milestones was to sit on that couch with AJ and Free.
Yo, I remember watching them.
You wanted them to debut your music. That was everybody's dream. When TV took away music videos. Like, there's really no station that predominantly play music videos all day. I remember being a little girl and running home at 3:15 to catch the In My White Tee video. 4:15 Fireman video was premiered. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, I remember those days in my life. We was fans of artists not only for music but for who they were.
Uh-huh.
And when they took that away, they took away artist identification.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many times I sit next to people and they phone ring and it'll be my music and they won't even know it's me. I'm in the studio all the time with Thug. I'm in the studio all the time with Tokyo, and I ask them all day, who that is? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we don't have artist identification anymore. Hence why everybody always making weird noises now.
So you can identify with
They
it.
you can
doing
stand
weird
out.
stuff, like stuff that they don't even want to do, because like it's like you trying to stand out.
You're trying to trademark something so that people know, oh, okay,
It's
that's
like
them.
you're trying to stand out to blind people. They can't hear. I mean, they can't see. All they can do is hear.
Mm-hmm.
They know your music. They know your voice. They may know your famous ad-lib, but they don't know per se what you look like. So, being here, it's a major milestone in rap now. Just like, go and sit with DJ Holiday or go and sit with the Dirty Boys or go and sit, like it's a milestone. Go and sit with Vlad. That's a milestone. Fader, milestone.
Well, we're glad for you
We
to
glad.
sit with Terry J
That's
Jazzy.
Good to see. That's right. We're glad to hit that milestone.
Thank you for having
So
me.
you always welcome now, so we appreciate it, man. Just thank you for being here with us.
Nah, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.